Now, did Democrats sell out labor and take corporate contributions? Absolutely. So your answer to a revanchist far right that's doing even more than any previous administration on labor is to go back into history and bitch about Democrats fucking up on that issue. What we on the actual left, who care about actually achieving things,
if we were to admit
fighting all
that
of these fronts simultaneously.
Stop.
Actually, in fact, focusing
if we
now
were to
on the main threat. I said if you were in a swing state, vote for Hillary because I wanted to keep the main threat and the main problem be those fucking neoliberals and corporatists that we do have to defeat, not galloping fascists. But you know what? It's a good business model. Outrage is a good business model.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm here. Hey, how's everybody doing today? I will admit, doing this, getting into the habit of just streaming every day, it can be tiring. But I do it for you guys. So I'm just gonna be very fucking honest with you guys. First, today was a shitty day. So remember how I said that I work an hour away from work? I literally was on my way to work, fucking 10 minutes ahead of my pace time, and I got stuck in a traffic fucking backup today for half an hour. And hey, Crimson, why do you have such a hard time getting to work on time? Because I work 42 fucking miles away. Sucks for you, because if you work 50 miles away, you can work from home. Yeah, I know. And on top of that, I was asked by my supervisor, hey, can you work Saturday? Because I was supposed to have Saturday off. We'll let you work from home. Fine, I'll do the overtime. Oh yeah, and we'll pay you an extra 10% too. Fine, I'll do it. I will fucking do it. But it lets you know how they know they fucked up. They fucked up because the work from home was so beneficial to so many people. And now because companies are losing money, or they may be part of a company that has an investment into commercial office space. No, we need the people back in that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I was gonna stream with I was gonna have a conversation with Rico about noon Eastern Standard Time, but we're gonna move it back a couple of hours. But yeah, no, that's a thing that happened. That is a thing that happened. Anyway, how is everybody doing today? We're gonna actually have some fun today. We're gonna actually enjoy ourselves. I'm gonna try to make this as concise as I can today. I want to actually reach out and have a conversation with a friend. We haven't really talked as much as I wanted to, but yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, how is everybody going? Yep, looks like somebody's working on cars. Anyway, let me just tweet this out that the stream is happening. Yeah, we're live. Fuck. Anyway, let's go. Let's fucking go.
this is Neon.
All right, so oh yeah. So this is gonna actually be it's gonna be some interesting things today. Let's go. Just setting up everything. All right, let's go. So How's everybody doing today? First of all, if you haven't done so already, please like the stream. It helps the channel. It helps everything grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Or on Twitch, follow. Help me out. Help you out. I'm gonna actually be once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna actually do a custom piece of art where I'm gonna actually be able to do a custom piece of art, and we're gonna actually make sure we give that away on my 1,000 subscriber stream. So if you want to actually get a custom piece of art, we're gonna get that on our 1,000 subscriber stream. I am currently sitting at 916. We need to get to 1,000 by no later than October the 1st. So help me out. This is like, I'm clearly trying to make sure that we can actually get in and get this channel moving and growing and all types of shit. That being said, let's get into the first video. Let's go. So I know that I recently did a video with Shark and Demon Mama. Well, there was a part that I missed, and a certain commentator had something to say about it. Let's see what he has to say.
What's your opinion on people defending the C slur use by him? You can't criticize how black people talk to each other. Oh no, I think okay. So yeah, it's like a how do you?
So this is a conversation that I actually went over between Shark and Demon Mama. Let's go.
I don't know how these people would ever answer the question. Like, how do you figure out like how do I know if I should listen to like Martin Luther King or Candace Owens on black issues? How does in these people's worlds, how in the world do you even figure that out? Like, how do you figure out you should listen to one or if not the other? If you're like, oh, you should listen to black people when they talk, and you just need to be educated, okay? And once you're educated, you need to like listen. You need to like genuflect at the altar of like melanin, and if you don't, then you're just racist. If that's
so, I love the way he said genuflexes. I've been saying it myself. The fact is, yes, for the people that, and this is like deep in the conversation. This is deep in the conversation, deeper than we went when we reviewed the conversation. So, who do you listen to when it comes to black issues? Martin Luther King Jr. or Candace Owens? Let's see.
That's the case, then how in the world do you, I mean, you don't put any like of your own thought into it. How in the world do you figure out the difference between Martin Luther King and Candace Owens, right? Like, how in the world does that work out? I feel like it doesn't. So it's just completely ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think like I wouldn't support using the C slur against honestly anybody. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good word. I don't think like normalizing using slurs like that against other like black people, honestly, especially when you're spitting vitriol. I don't think that's very good at all. Hello, hi Argo. Hope you're doing well. She hurt her ankle the other day.
Oh. So this is actually interesting. Shark is saying that, yeah, maybe we shouldn't use the sleep slurs. I torn about that, and I'm not going to say that I haven't had any consistency because I have had a very inconsistency where people have actively said that, no, there's no racism. I may have used the C slur. It's never been against left-wing people unless there are left-wing people only by the color of their skin, which a lot of these motherfuckers believe. Oh, they must be listened to because of the color of their skin. But let's see. Who do you listen to with, I don't know, between Candace Owens and Martin Luther King on black issues? I wonder.
Sorry to hear that. Is Argo your editor?
What's going on? My name is Joe.
Oh, wow, Joe Lewis has appeared. All right, let's go.
Listen, I'm practice talking on the internet. So this is gonna be a little bit of a different video than I normally do because we're going to particularly talk about that clipping question. And the only
Now, mind you, in order to find this, he would have had to watch the whole fucking conversation. Now, mind you, Joe Lewis was brought up in this conversation. However, he's going to just take a clip to try to shit on Shark, where literally the whole video was talking about how people from his ilk, and look, check it out. I'm gonna actually say this, and I'm gonna be that asshole. I'm gonna be that person. Here,
Now, the Democrats sell out
stop,
labor
Michael,
and take.
stop. There we go. I'm gonna be that asshole, but let's look at this shit. Let's look at this shit.
How's it going? My name is Joe.
When you have video titles like this, and again, this is like some of that FD bullshit or that foreign bullshit where they put in the thumbnail shit that they wouldn't put in the title. But this is the shit that I'm talking about. A black person responds to, and yeah. The black person listened to Hero, John Brown, and Byproducts of Freedom. M for L is correct. Moms for Liberty fight for control, and why? Like, even this shit. We fail black people. Listen to, like, some of this shit is just no. That's not the C slur that they're using. Trash panda term. That's what they want to actually use. That's what they want to use. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And this is actually ironic because I was making a joke about this shit. Tell me this motherfucker doesn't sound like this motherfucker. He doesn't sound like a woke motherfucking Umar Johnson.
Better be bringing more to the table. Okay?
You can't tell me he doesn't look like a Umar Johnson.
Than a pretty face and some hot cookies. But
you can't tell me he doesn't. Motherfuckers can't literally tell me these motherfuckers don't look alike. It's the roundness of the face, and I'm not saying they look exactly alike, but one looks like a younger version of the other. And maybe because of their rhetoric that I'm just like associating them, because I literally have a hard time picking out people's fakes, but when their rhetoric is like motherfucking similar, oh, you just them. But let's go. And cancel me because of it.
Thing that matters. We're talking about that clip in question is this portion.
How do I know if I should listen to like Martin Luther King or Candace Owens on Black issues?
If your time is short, the answer is you listen to both of them.
If your time is short, you listen to both of them. One who's doing a diametrically apathetical to black people's issue. Yeah, you should listen to them about black people's issue. This is the same motherfucker that says Candace Owens got rich because she married a white husband. Was that her? Yeah, that was her. That was him. Yeah, he said that shit. I was reviewing the conversation. By the way, I put the full conversation together, so it's gonna drop Saturday in case y'all want to see it. But he said you listen to both.
And the answer is both of them, and it will always be both of them. If your time is a little bit shorter or longer, I should say, I guess, I would say that you listen to both of them and engage with their chronotope and contextualize how it relates to their positions.
Does he know what chronotope means? Let's look up chronotope. I just want to make sure I have that spelled correctly. Show transcripts. Where are we at? 209. Chronotope. Let's look up what chronotope means. If it means skin color, we're off to a wonderful start. In literal theory and philosophy of language, the chronotope is the configurations of time and space that are represented in language and disclose. Oh wow! He just had to throw out chronotope. Oh, I'm gonna start using this word. I heard it on the internet, and now I know the definition. Oh god! Oh god! What is the chronotope theory? A term employed by Russian literary theorist Mikhail Bakhtin, whatever the fuck it is, to refer to coordinates of time and space. At least he didn't call it their social positioning, right? Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Them and engage with their chronotope and contextualize how it relates to their positions. And then if the answer is something that you want that's a little bit longer than that, and you got a little bit of time, then everything after this portion, right? What's going on? This is Joe Lewis from the Editing Bay. This video is not about the C word. This video is not about Soul Bunny. This video is not about Keffals. This video isn't really even about Shark. This is just...
And then why did you bring it up? Hey, look. I'm not disagreeing with Joe Lewis. It's not about Joe Lewis. It's not about the stupid shit that he says. It's not about me equating him to look like a younger version of Umar Johnson. It's not about that. It's about the arguments that he makes and how stupid that they are. But it's not about him and his level of intelligence that I think he doesn't have. Oh.
In particular, the question that he posed from the conversation the other day. If you think this is going to be me going after any of the individuals that I mentioned before in this little editing portion, you can just respectfully go fuck yourselves, because
that's what I'm going to do after I get off the stream tonight. I'm going to fuck myself really, really good with my motherfucking hand. Just stroke the shit out of him. Oh, shit. All right, let's go.
Go somewhere else for drama. Kidology is fighting with Chud Logic. Watch that instead. It is way more funnier. Anyway, back to the video.
Yeah, it's probably funnier, but you're just sad. Let's go.
So we're going to engage with that. This is not scripted. I'm sorry in advance. So if I say something or I misspeak something, I'll try to catch it in the description. All I did was take a couple of flashcard notes that I'm going to be scrolling with on Word, but the rest is just me talking about this thing. I talk about this thing a lot. All right. So there's three aspects of experience and exposure. You can hear something, you can see something, and you can experience something. There are fancy philosophical words to that. I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't matter.
So why bring them up? You're just saying words to make yourself sound more intelligent than what you are. Seem more intelligent than what you are.
For the sake of this video. But if you want to like sort of define these things, hearing something is a transmission of information and ideas through various modes of speech. Seeing something is transmission of information and ideas through the various modes of examination. And experiencing something is the transmission of information and ideas through various modes of living.
Like, this is like the second time I done heard him, and I've heard other people just like stand, Candace Owens. Do they just really just believe what she has to say is so valuable and so right when it comes to, minority issues? This is just like really, really weird, right? It's almost as they don't have any ideological, problems with Candace Owens unless they want to use Candace Owens as a tool and say that, certain people do Candace Owens tactics. I mean, like, I is it just me? I don't know. Let's go.
These three things all inform each other. They're not mutually exclusive. And these things are influenced by our invisible and visible identities. What are those? Invisible identities are assumed identities that someone might come to the conclusion of by observation. And invisible identities are identities that are unknown through observation. And then...
What's up, Archer? So, he's trying to make some roundabout cause of saying that, hey, your identity is assumed or invisible. It's how people look at you, how, people may assign to you. Like, get on with it. What does this have to do with would you trust going over issues, black issues, specifically black issues, Martin Luther King or Candace Owens. Fuck spatial and temporal position. Fuck assumed identity and non-assumed identity. Who would you listen to and why? Shark said it. They won't have an answer for this. And all I'm hearing is front loading. Oh no. Because I did watch a little bit of this. All I'm hearing is front loading of, well, when you think about it, and the positioning, and the position of the sun, and when the moon is in the, you know, the house of Mars, and it's the age of Aquarius, it's just stupid.
And there's like ways that we can make an invisible identity to be visible with different artifacts, yada yada yada, philosophical bullshit that I don't care about right now. I'm trying to make.
Then why bring it the fuck up?
Just short. These identities shape how institutions interact with us, and also influences how we interact with those institutions. And then those interactions shape how we view the world. And those interactions also create different positions. And there's a few positions that you got to worry about. All right.
The question is, who would you rather listen to on black issues? Somebody who is actively pushing for the advancement of not just the national, you know, advancement of colored people, you know, or somebody who is actively not just against black people, but somebody who's also actively against poor people, that's actively pushed and said that Hitler didn't do anything wrong. He just wanted to move it outside of Germany. Who do you listen to? Somebody who is actively for the advancement of all people and helping out people in general, or somebody who's okay with totalitarian governments? This isn't a hard fucking question. The only reason it's hard to these people is because they're looking at one identity: skin color.
Economic positions, which are built from income, wealth, property, material possessions, and holdings. You have cultural positions, which are.
Yes, you should listen to. You should listen to both Martin Luther King and Candace Owens. You know, Martin Luther King, who lived in a poor neighborhood to show the blight of being poor in America. You know, Martin Luther King, the person who was assassinated because he spoke out about the Vietnam War, and was killed on a fucking trip where he was out there with striking garbage workers, versus Candace Owens, who literally tried to get a mentally unstable man to buy Partler because she needed a fucking payday.
Built from the familiarity with dominant culture, like the codes and norms of that, and then the ability to navigate within and exploit that. Political positions are built on the relationship of people of similar visible and invisible identities, and how they currently and historically relate to government and politics. And to be clear again, because there's another definition, politics are merely the group competition over scarce resources and the activities that make up that competition.
And see, he just told on himself. He just fucking told on himself. Because he thinks politics is a zero-sum game. That's all it is with this. That's what all these cornbread tube motherfuckers. And while you need to listen to black people as we tell you what the fuck to do when we really want revenge. It's about a zero-sum game with these motherfuckers. They don't want restorative justice. They don't want restoration. They want fucking revenge. We need to be on top to show you how it feels to be on the fucking bottom. It's not about ending racism. They just want to play where they're on top, issuing out the racism. But let's continue.
Then you have social positions, which are built upon the quality of various social networks, which then promote interest and or the influence in other positions.
Again, this is a question on who would you listen to on black issues, Candace Owens or Martin Luther King Jr. Why are you bringing this up? Literally, why are you bringing this up? Only to obfuscate the fact that you want to have Candace Owens in the club until you want to use her as a weapon. Because somebody has Candace Owens type tactics.
All these positions work in collaboration with each other, and they're also not mutually exclusive. Our positions are not clearly known just through experiencing them. We have to navigate in this world and expose ourselves to different people and different modes of knowledge bases, i.e. seeing and hearing, so that we can...
How many of you guys think, and it, like just like if you really think, if you follow in the chat, how many of these guys think that they've actually exposed themselves to different people? Like seriously, like not the online on the hug box that they have, or like they've interacted with one person from a particular group and just like fuck it, fuck all of them. Put a 1 in the chat, or put a 2 if you really think they've interacted with people of different ideologies. Or 2 if they motherfucking just rely on their hug box.
Understand the position as it relates to our own. And then we do this through talking to people, being in community with people, reading books, doing research, going to seminars, all that shit.
Wait. If you're trying to be in community, if you're trying to be in trying to actually get a way of just working together with people, why are you dismissing actually in person organizing, actually being in the same room? Why are you dismissing, going out there and just having people just motherfucking... I know what you meant. But how would you dismiss having people actually meet in public and actually learn from each other? Why are you dismissing that? Like, for real. Again, because they don't want their social club slurried. They don't want a solutions. They want clout and cash, of course.
And that just all that means, by the way, is just contextualizing our existence through seeing, hearing, and experiencing. And
wow, you know what the 5 senses are. Oh shit. Get this man the motherfucking plaque for passing first grade.
then with that contextualization, relating it to ourselves and our positions within that, and the positions and relationship that our positions have with other people.
At least you say they social positioning. Okay, all right, let's go.
All we're trying to do is contextualize our existence, and we continue doing this research and yada 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 so we can help contextualize our existence. But what the...
It's telling that you're doing research to contextualize our position. Why don't you do research that actually help motherfuckers, not just to sit back and, as it said in their motherfucking in the chat, well, they're sniffing their own farts. Why don't you do research of how we can actually provide a more favorable look of economics to the common person? Why don't we do research on how to communicate better, not to just online closed spaces? I will say this. It is somebody I've been watching, and he is clearly not a leftist. Like center right. But he has dismantled so much of the fucking red pill because he sits back and talks to people as if they're people. But this high-minded, first you got to look at identity, then you got to look at their chronotype, and then you have to look at invisible identities that somebody give you, or visible identities. The question simply is, when it comes to racial issues for black people, who would you rather listen to? Candace Owens or Martin Luther King Jr.?
The fuck does that have to do with Candace Owens? Okay. I mentioned it in a video I think I posted yesterday or the day before. Limitations exist by being a member of an identifiable group. And what that means is, as a member of one identifiable group, you cannot fully understand the existence of another member of a separate group. So
yeah, he's going back to, if I'm part of this group, I can't understand another group. Which is not the flex that you think it is. Motherfucker, if you don't have human fucking empathy, I understand that. If you're so caught in your own shit that you can't understand human empathy, cool, say that. Hey, say less. Say fucking less. I will give you that. If human empathy is a thing that you're solely lacking, if you don't understand that I can't be in your exact same shoes, but I can understand your pain, then fine. Make that deficiency you. But that's not my deficiency. That is not my deficiency. Because I'm seemingly intelligent enough to take parts of my past and what I've experienced and say, like, yeah, that's fucked up. And to see somebody with a similar or like-minded situation, and I get it. Not everybody can do that because they've been dealing with pain and hurt and shit like that. Some people are just fucking stupid and they don't have that cognitive ability. But to say because you're part of this group and I'm part of that group, then, we can't understand each other. It's stupid. I've been hearing about Dr. Umar for years, and he's strict and he's sketchy as hell. The lack of understanding is invented. People have been intermingling and connecting over shared spirits for millennia. I'm just gonna save a black doesn't go beyond accepting others who don't look like you. It's too binary. Yeah, no, because that's the thing. They don't want to save others. They just want to get the people that look like them. That's reactionary shit. And if you don't look like them, but you will genuflex to what they want, then cool. You part of the good ones. Again, this is seriously Hotep shit. Well, let's go.
Me as a...
And let's just be honest with you. I get it. Like, dude, you wear natural hair. I wear natural hair. But I don't wear my natural hair just to say, to signal some type of bullshit to say I'm more blackety black than you. It's stupid. I wear my hair natural because I fucking hate getting fucking haircuts. It's not some aesthetic for me. I fucking look good and awesome by it because I'm just fucking awesome. But when you have to make aesthetics to show how black you are, when blackness is your personality type, not just a way of somebody can actually see you, then you're doing it wrong. You're fucking doing it wrong. And this is not to call his blackness into question. It's that you're wearing it as a fucking aesthetic. Come on, dog. Come on. But let's go.
Black person, I can't know the full contextualization of an existence for a white person. I can't, as a man, know the full contextual existence as a woman.
Even if you were to say, had somebody who was black like you, who was a man like you, and I don't know if he's straight or cis or not, even if you still wouldn't be able to fully understand the conceptual. Dude, sharing a fucking gender identity and a fucking melanin phenotype does not know. You will never completely understand the same person. Even if you had a fucking twin. A twin. Grew up in the same fucking house and everything. You still will not fully understand that person. It still takes fucking empathy. What part of that don't you get? This is the insane case. Joe Louis is probably getting more push to the is probably getting more push to the right than he wants to admit. Candace Owens is getting so messed up when they do turn her. Yeah.
However, just because that's a limitation doesn't mean there aren't things that we can do about that. What we need to do is make sure that we're in community with other members of different identifiable groups to help contextualize our own existence and the existence as it relates to theirs. And then there's different modes of experience that exist within that.
Okay, cool, great. The purpose of being in groups and being in diverse groups is to learn from people and to actually get that human fucking empathy. Like, you don't get that shit. Okay, let's go.
Different modes of experience for white people. There's different modes of experience for black people. There's different modes of experience for Latin folks. Like, all these things create.
And the way they just talk about this is fucking crazy. Not all black people have the same experience. We don't. Fuck, we don't. Rico told them that in their conversation. Not all black people have the same experience. Let's go.
What we know about the world and our position that exists within that. When it comes to the idea of Candace Owens and MLK, you have to first understand it's just a chronotope. And to expand that,
no, it's their literal philosophical positions. It's how they see the world. It is quite literally what they espouse on their public platform, be it past or be it present. This is the bullshit that I'm talking about. Now, yes, okay, here, I know there's been some debate within the last few weeks about whether civil rights movement violent or non-violent or shit like that. I understand that. But when it comes down to looking at the history and not just the fucking sound bites, you know, the thing that conservatives do and some fucking, yeah, it was militant. These people don't have a clear understanding of fucking history. They go to what they think the history should be and look at it. Martin Luther King Jr., for all his pluses and benefits, was a fucking socialist. Not only did he say, well, we're going to advance black people, he wanted to advance all people. I told you guys, I did have a video on my channel about the drum major instinct where he is literally talking to the cops. I know, cops. Talking about how literally he is marching for the people who have him arrested. Saying that I want better schools for you. You should be marching with us. But fuckers like this will never fucking understand that shit. But let's go.
All that means is that their language and expression is of a particular time and place. So chronotope is a when and a where. And they also have different positions that exist within that. Different positions that exist within that when and where.
Sort of like Castlevania's situation where Saint Germain realizes that Varney is, deaf.
And our job as a listener, especially if you're a member of the outgroup.
Hey, by the way, I'm just gonna say this. Castlevania Nocturne, all that looks like it's gonna be fucking amazing. It's actually dropping this fall. I saw the trailer for it today. But okay, I'm sidetracked. Let's go.
Is to contextualize those two things and the relationship between those things to the best of our ability, which is going to require books, interviews, seminars, readings, roundtables, all this different information that's out there in the world to help contextualize their existence and then their chronotope, their language as they express their ideas into the world.
He acts as if Candace Owens and Martin Luther King are a continuation of the same fucking language. They're the same, motherfucking a continuation of the same philosophy. No, they're not. One is actively not just pushing down black people, pushing down poor white people, pushing down Hispanic people, pushing down women. One is actively doing that. And one in his time wanted the expansion of rights for everybody. Yeah, that's why the far right conservatives don't like Martin Luther King, and he was a socialist. Rights for everyone. I mean, yeah, exactly.
And that's going to require active engagement in the content of what they are saying. So when you're listening to different, in this case, black people, you have to engage in the content of what they are saying.
Oh shit! It's almost as if when you're the first question was, who would you rather listen to, MLK or Candace Owens, to when it comes to black issue? And it's about what they're saying. Wow.
Have to divorce the individual for a brief second and engage in the content. And then when you
No, you don't divorce the individual. You do not. You listen to the shit that they're saying, and you say, this smells like some bullshit. Unless you're talking about how they just look, Joe Lewis. You're not just making a snap generalization based on how they look, are you?
engage in the content, you can then bring the person back in and contextualize their existence. I really hope that made sense.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
You're not looking to find out which one of these two people are correct. You're not trying to find out if Candace Owens is the better Negro than MLK.
No, that's literally why you're listening to them. That is literally why you're listening to them. To figure out who is correct. You dumb fuck. That was the point of the question. I understand you've been dancing around this question for the last fucking 8 minutes to try to figure out a way of just justifying your answer about listening to Candace Owens on black issues because, her skin dark, versus Martin Luther King, who is for the advancement of all people. You remember his I Have a Dream speech where he brought all people and said, we come to collect on a payment that the government owes us? And before motherfuckers get crazy, this is not the whole Our Lives Matter. It's everybody deserves its fucking respect. But fuckers like this will never understand that. They would be the motherfuckers that would be like, hey, why don't we do universal basic income? But what about the extra for black people? Dude, we're helping out the people that need help. But what about the extra for black people? Like, all right, let's do Medicare for all. Mental health component. But is it just going to be for black people? We're doing it for everybody. We're going to raise the standard for everybody. But what about black people? Are they going to get help? Yes. But it's not just specifically for them. These are those type of people. Instead of saying like, let's construct something that is going to help everybody. Everybody. But it doesn't say, is it going to help black people a lot? Yeah, but it's going to be for everybody. Then you dumb fuck, you're missing the point without seeing it. But let's go.
And if you're looking to do that and create some hierarchical categorization of black political thinkers, then you're just doing yourself a disservice and you're Wait,
what the fuck? Wait, what? Did he just really say what I think he did? Let's go.
Is the better Negro than MLK. And if you're looking to do that and create some hierarchical categorization of black political thinkers, then you're just doing yourself a disservice and you're wasting a lot of time and energy.
So he's saying, just because you're a black political figure, you should be listened to just off the strength of you being black. Not you being right, just because you're black. And this goes back to the conversation that we had. Well, Candace Owens is more appealing. Are you want to be appealing or do you want to be right? Let's continue. Fuck, this is stupid.
And you're also, in my opinion, a fucking problem.
Of course, it's a problem. It's a problem with calling people out for their fucked up takes. What did he say? What did he say? That it's not about drama or like shitting on people because of what they fucking believe. Like Yeah, sure.
But that's a totally different thing that I'm working on a video for another day. But with that being said, all you're looking to do is by listening to these people, your first step is to take the individual out, engage in the content of what they're saying, bring
No, you dumb fuck. Oh my God. You are literally making my case for me and you don't realize it. The question is, do you listen to MLK or do you listen to Candace Owens? You listen to the shit that they're saying. You dumb fuck. Because one is for the advancement and making just everybody's lives better, and one is for the advancement of only rich motherfuckers. And if you think there is a difference or they should be equal, you're only looking at their identities.
the individual back in and then contextualize their existence. And through contextualizing their existence, a lot of the things that people will say are not going to sound so far-fetched and out of this world. Because again, like, these are people that exist.
He's making apologia for Candace Owens. He is making apologia for Candace Owens. Well, if you look at her background, then you know what they're gonna, what she's gonna say. It may not be so far-fetched. You're making apologia for Candace Owens. Wow. Fuck. Wow. Wow. Damn.
In a particular time and place and have social positions, just positions. Sorry.
He said it. He said it. Social positions. He said it. He said it.
That exist within that time and place. And you're just trying to contextualize those things. And contextualizing those things means active engagement in the content before, during, and after you hear them speak. And that's how you can figure out, okay, you know, I like these certain aspects of MLK, but some of the stuff he says is just bullshit. I can listen to
What's some of the bullshit that he says? What are the bullshit that he says? Is he saying bullshit about maybe we should, you know, treat everybody with respect? And is that what is bullshit he's saying? What is the bullshit he's saying, Joe Lewis? Wow. Okay.
Candace Owens, like, you know, some of the observations that she comes to are correct, but there's also stuff that's bullshit.
What are the observations that she comes to that you agree with, Joe Lewis? What are those observations?
And you're not trying to categorize bullshit in a hierarchical manner. What you're trying to do is understand what the bullshit is.
Your mind is so open on Candace Owens is leaking out of your fucking ears. What is the bullshit? And mind you, I am somebody who can take bits and pieces of wisdom and knowledge from everybody. But I know when I'm speaking with a dishonest fucking prick versus saying that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna listen to them unquestioningly. I know when I'm speaking to a dishonest motherfucker. And Candace Owens, you know what? When she first started, I thought it was a grift. But now I know she's probably drank her Kool-Aid. Oh, really? What is the bullshit Dr. King said? What is... Yeah, exactly! Exactly!
But you can contextualize the bullshit as to how they got to those conclusions. Other Negroes that people do this for are like Clarence Thomas, Thomas Sowell.
He's running down a murderer's row of this shit. Oh no, fuck. Yeah, okay. If he says Umar, I'm done.
Fucking Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, Larry Elder, excuse me. And I can't think of any other black conservatives that people love to use for their arguments, but as they compare them to civil rights leaders. But like, at the end of the day, these are all different black experiences, and these are black experiences, and their language is a chronotype. I'm sorry, these have a chronotype, excuse me, and they have different.
He ran down the murderer's row of it's black people's fault that they're in the position that they are. Mind you, this is supposed to be somebody who is on the left, who talks about social positioning and the history of racism, but he just ran down a murderer's row. Said, no, not everything they say is bullshit.
positions that exist within that chronotope. And then like our
Social
job as
positions,
listeners
count number
is to
3.
try to contextualize their existence. And through contextualization of their existence, you might find that some things are true, but some things aren't quite true. Some things might be true but misleading. Some things might be true but also false at the same time. Like that's the name of the game. The name of the game is what we should be doing.
Notice he didn't say contradictions. All right, let's go.
Is contextualizing people's existence and contextualizing the words and the content of what they're saying. And that's
He's making apologia for conservatives that use their blackness as a shield. He's making apologia for it. All because they're black. Wow. Fucking wow. Because you know black people are a monolith.
and that's the way, for going back to the tonic question.
How do I know if I should listen to like Martin Luther King or Candace Owens on black issues?
You should listen to both of them. And there isn't a dichotomy of like one being better than the other. You listen to both.
I'm not making this shit up, right? It's not me making this shit up. You know, the thing about it is, they like to take debate bros and clip them out of context. I literally played his fucking video right here. I played his video. I'm not taking this shit out of context. It's not me. I am not hallucinating this shit. They are really doing, he's really doing apologetics for Candace Owens, Stowell, Elder. Like, he's really doing this shit. I'm not making this shit up, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not delusional. That's the thing. I didn't just like hallucinate that shit, right? Like, you know, a lot of the times that I do want to just disprove horseshoe theory. But man, they making this shit very, very hard. They are making this shit extremely hard. Anyway, thank you for watching this clip. Of course, we're live, so we're going to be doing some more clips. Hang out with us. You know, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that bell notifications to let you know when I go live. We're trying to make 1,000 subscribers by October 1st. We're going to cut this video segment here, and like, thanks for watching this clip. This motherfucker literally did apologia for Candace Owens. Wow. Damn, that is fucking unbelievable. That is unmotherfucking believable. I don't even know how. Wow. Anyway, guys. Anyway, damn. This is I did not mean to make that video that long. All right. We try to give you. We try to give you, like I try to give my lady guests to come over here, 2 straight hours. So let's get to the next video, okay? All right. So it's been a slow news week no, it hasn't. It's just that a lot of people have not just been paying attention to a lot of things. And so I'm going to go and talk about our old friend Andrew Tate. Let's go. So Andrew Tate, right? And I get, like, if you're, you know, a lefty, you really kind of like don't like to address the manosphere stuff, because we've seen it before where people think that, you know, men should just know better and they should just change how they are instead of like looking towards somebody in a parasocial relationship like so many leftists have with other leftists. But, you know, there's something special when it comes to men, because men shouldn't have to look up to other people. And I know I actually hit that discourse, and it's been really, really weird how we actively have issues going on in the world, and we still, like, I guess I'm still upset about these whole essayist versus debate bro shit. We literally have somebody who is in Andrew Tate, who is actively encouraging a generation of young men to try to live his lifestyle through his misogyny, his, in some cases, outright, like, you know, lies and dishonesty. And some of the main people who are fighting people like Andrew Tate aren't on the left. They see and they talk about how that people like Andrew Tate in the red pill, oh yeah, haha, laugh at the lonely man. But the true people who are attacking the red pill are really center right people or centrists. And it's sad. And of course, they're always bringing up basically how there is new drama and new types of information that comes up with Tate, because let's be honest, if you thought Trump was bad when it comes to running his motherfucking mouth, Andrew Tate keeps self-snitching. And he's giving prosecutors in Romania the opportunity of saying, let's sit back and watch this interview. We can probably get more, more information about what he's saying. Their biggest source for information on Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate. And some of the leaked evidence is actually put out there. So let's hear what Alba and Preach has to say about Andrew Tate. And I know, I have made videos talking bad about Alba and Preach. And when they have takes that I disagree with, definitely disagree with their takes. But this, I haven't seen this, but this looks like it's going to be fun.
Today's topic, there was a big reveal. Evidence from the Andrew Tate trial got leaked to somewhere, and essentially conversations that he had in his place called the War Room, which was like, it used to be his course that he would basically sell people on to make lots of money. And he would have private conversations with these people, telling them, this is instructional on how to manipulate women into doing X work for his words. So let's meet.
So that's actually interesting. Andrew Tate had people paying him, and I think the leaked information was up to $5,000 to get inside of the war room. $5,000 to get inside the war room. Motherfucker, if you get 20 people in the fucking war room, you have $100,000. 200. $1 million. There are reports that for the $5,000 to get into the war room, people, there were upwards of 2,000 people. These are lonely men that are looking to make improvements in their lives. And somebody like Andrew Tate is taking advantage of them. All because they're showing pretty women and Bugattis. And this is the shit the left just sits back and laughs at these men. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the fucking things that they hold, I think are shit. But for you to sit back and just laugh at these guys for being stupid and not tapping into the fact that these are people who are suffering and they need just as much as assistance as any trans person, as any, LGBTQIA plus person, because they're struggling with society, with society feels that they should actually be, and the left is leaving them behind. You don't. What are we doing? What are we doing? But let's go.
Nina, who's one of the trafficking victims in the case against Andrew Tate, the legal one, as well as Georgina, who's his BB, which is bottom bitch. Okay, and bottom bitch is basically the woman beneath the pimp who helps recruit the other women and keep them in line. Because women trust other women a lot more, a lot of men will use these kinds of women to manipulate women. Okay, so this is the conversation. Not my words, you're gonna read it. Update on the two girls living together. So they became good friends, everything was stable. The girl who moved lost her support network at home. Cemented her move, talking about staying forever, can't wait for me to come back, etc. Essentially, this girl moved from somewhere else to come live with Andrew. She lost her family network back home as a result. Okay, so
That's trafficking. Hey, sweetheart, I love you and we're gonna be together. Why don't you come live with me? And as soon as she gets here, he doesn't even live there. Oh, why don't you stay with this chick? She's a friend of mine. And you find out that she's the bottom bitch. Well, let's go.
Andrew says, so I had to tighten the screw. So I said somebody in her old town told me she worked in a sex club. I literally made this up from the sky. Started calling her a liar and threatening to kick her out, but the real goal is for her to agree to never go anywhere without me, not even her hometown. I need her working, not visiting friends back in her hometown. So putting nails in that coffin saying people are talking bad about her. So basically what he's doing in this conversation is he's working towards isolating her from her loved ones, her family and fans, so she can never go back and she has to rely on him for everything.
Yup.
That's horrible. That's horrible. That is fucking horrible. That you are literally starting rumors to make someone dependent on you. And this is actually evidence that the Romanian government actually got. But the fact is, there are boys and men that look up to this bullshit because they feel lost. I can say with 50% certainty that some of the guys may still have human empathy, that they may not want this to happen to their daughter or their sister or their mother or their aunt. Some of these guys. These are the guys that we can actually reach. But go ahead.
Okay, so this is the conversation that he had with Jasmina privately through WhatsApp. You worked in a sex club. I did not work in a sex club. I'm not lying. Where did you get this out from? So you'd rather believe them. So she really believes other people are talking shit about her. I told you the truth. These people want me no good. I don't know who you have talked to, but I've only slept with 4 men in my life and you were one of them. I have never lied to you. You said it yourself that people will try to destroy us, break us apart. I've heard things too, but I choose to believe you and not them. Well, probably should have believed those things. Andrew, answer me please, and tell me this is a joke, because I really don't want to believe that you mean what you're saying.
Silence
I'm
treatment.
freaking crying alone in a room and you think I'm not serious? I'm tired of this so-called friends acting like friends and ruining my chance to be happy, and it hurts that you believe that.
What's up, Icon?
Where am I now, Andrew? Here? Why? Because I'm serious. Andrew replies, serious girls don't lie. Yes, I understand, she says. You are not going back to Tismore even to visit without me. You understand?
Wow. That's just in one fucking breath. He fucking made up a story and fucking tightened the screws to make somebody very codependent on him. This isn't game. This isn't, oh, he's just being a player. This is literally manipulation. And he outright said it. So everybody, and I know people call them tater tots or, Tate fans or Tate stands. If you're listening to this shit and somebody was doing it to your daughter or your sister or your mother, you would have an issue. Wow. Okay, let's go.
So Tismore is where she's from, her hometown. He said, basically, she told him, you're never going back. And she says, yes, I understand. My people there are telling me you talked to tons of men and worked in a sex club. I'm not having you go back there for them to call me and tell me more shit. She replies, that's a lie, but as I said earlier, look at me. Andrew replies, you don't need to leave the house in Bucharest without either me or Georgina. We are together always. So this is how he socially isolated her. Let's go to...
Like, that is so horribly manipulation. That is literally as if, like, don't get me wrong. It's analogous to people, like, literally just isolating you from all of your friends and then saying, oh, you only need me, right? You don't go out without this person. You don't go out with that person. If people literally say that, oh, she could have left anytime she wanted to. No, you have already fucking closed the fucking door. And mind you, these are these red pill, black people who think that women are just unironically lesser than men and fall for stupid shit. But they would say, well, she should have been smart enough to actually know that he was just spitting game. Those two things are contradictions. But let's go.
Part 2. Update on the two girls living together. If anyone doesn't know the story, ask the guys here to find out for you. So I told my girl to send me a picture. She said this. All right, so he puts a screenshot of what she wrote to him. She writes, at the same time, I have a few things, very few, but rules I can't break because I'm old-fashioned and I still believe in God. 1, I never sent a picture of me in lingerie ever. I made a promise to God and myself and I will keep it. 2, I will never do video chat or OnlyFans because my body's intimate and I only want my husband should be able to touch and see. 3, if I give you my love, I'm expecting same thing back. 4, the man I love should not hit or beat me up. This is it.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those seem like reasonable goals. I know. Boundaries, right? You know, fuck us. But this seems very, very reasonable, right? Right?
If I give you my love, I'm expecting same thing back. 4, the man I love should not hit or beat me up. This is it. If these 4 things are respected when it comes to me, then there's no way we can ever fight. I listen when I have to, I'm quiet when I'm supposed to, and I'm definitely dedicated on being a good wife, waking you up in the morning with fresh coffee and a meal, all yours and forever. This is the way I was raised. Had this on my heart the whole day, so I had to say it. You are the perfect man for me and the man I've been dreaming to meet and have a family with since I was a kid. Now it's your turn to decide if these things change the way you see me, or if I'm still the woman you want to spend your life with.
So, you would think that if somebody's pouring their heart out to you like this, or to somebody else, if somebody's pouring their heart out to somebody else, you would think like you would have some sort of empathy, because you would have lines that you would have as a person that you wouldn't want people to like cross if you're in a relationship with. You would think that, and you would think that people would have empathy for that. But so many of these red pill guys, so many of these red pill or black pill people have no empathy for that, because they only see these women as children to be led by the masculine man. And if they fall for the bullshit that a masculine man lies to them about, then it's their fault, because, you know, they should have known better. But let's go.
Do you? So basically she's saying, don't make me out to be a whore and don't beat me up. Those are her requirements, which I think most men watching think that's reasonable. Andrew's goal is he flies these women out, he makes them fall in love with him. He uses sex as a manipulation tool, per his words, not me.
I use sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money.
What did he tell the BBC? I didn't say that. I didn't get these women to love me. They just came over there on the court.
That's what I wanted. So yeah, on corporatetape.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is a pimp and hose degree that I'm
Clever.
He thinks that is like, that was a joke from the 90s, dog. Fuck. Okay.
Clever.
That teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me. You're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together?
Remember, he actually keeps saying that no, the reason why they're arresting me and they're charging me is because I took over TikTok accounts. But this shit is on his shit was one of the most shared things on the internet. You know how Vash or Hasanabi or Destiny have, like, you know, the industrial clip complex? Motherfuckers were making Andrew Tate popular on YouTube and TikTok because they would just share his shit. This shit is all over the internet.
What? So a lot of webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me.
And then these were women who've never done adult work. They've never been interested in doing adult work, but he would find ways to isolate them from their friends and family, make them go broke, and then try to get them into the cam business so he can make a profit off them. So regardless of either whether you think that's legal or not, it's gotta be some evil shit.
Even if you think that he didn't break the law because he technically didn't have a gun to their head, this is still manipulation and isolation. If anything, it's fucking fraud. But there are so many people that would excuse this shit because they want the Bugatti. They need the Bugatti. But let's go.
To isolate somebody from their friends and family just so you can make financial gain?
This video is brought to you by Surfshark.
Okay, shit. Alright, that was quick.
Where you're at. Right now with Surfshark, you can just use
Alright, let's go right here.
Fans, right? So let's take bets. Will I get her to work? Anonymous poll. So basically, he's asking the people in the group chat, do you think she's going to get to work for me after seeing that message? And one of the guys replies, yeah, that isolation is critical. I have no experience in this realm, but I would try to be good cop, bad cop. This is from Mac J, one of the people who are part of the war room. Act deeply hurt by her refusal. Flip it on her and get her to start feeling guilty or cry. Then have my BB, bottom bitch, ask why she's upset. Tell her how religious she used to be and how easy fun camming is. Again.
Like, this is just, wow. And this literally is a set up playbook. This is instructional. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go.
Never had to do anything like this, but maybe it works. And then Tate replies, close. I'm actually going to add a layer of separation. I will use Georgina, as the bottom bitch and pretend I don't care. Either way, she can't attack me for tricking her. She looks super adamant about not doing this.
Wow. Wow. You don't. I know criminals are stupid, but you literally spell out your plan. And you say, in order to not get in trouble for doing this shit, I'm also going to type in this built-in level of fucking speculation to say that I didn't do it, but I'm really doing it. Motherfucker, like, no. Okay, let's go.
She even made bullet points. I still bet yes, because you're a top G, but it would be super impressive to see it in action. So basically, these guys are just discussing how they're going to traffic these women and get them to do the camera.
Well, as a course, right?
There's a course to it, but this group chat's just private. For the...
And it got leaked because when you're doing criminal shit, you don't write it down. Funny enough, none of these guys are doing this in real life. They're just manipulating the dolls on their shelf. Yeah.
Select
exactly.
Few want to be human traffickers, I guess, and have girls do cam for them. So Tate in this says, another element, since she's moved, she's been fed, but nothing else. She's broke, she can't go home, she can't leave the house. Man, I almost sound evil, but I'm not. I'm a shepherd leading the sheep.
No, you sound evil and manipulative. Wow.
Tate goes on to say, so now I know she's broke, and I know what I believe the objections to be. My plan is to use Georgina as a bottom bitch to convince her I don't give a shit if she cams, but the only way she will have serious money is if she does. Isolate her from her friends and family, make her dependent on you, give her food, and tell her the only way she can make money is if she does the camming stuff, because she's not allowed to leave the house without you.
Yeah, of course. Fucking of course. All of this sounds really legal, really moral, and really up to code.
So he asks her, let her panic a little bit. Remember, she asks for money now. That's scary for her. And I'd come back with, yes, we need to be together, but every girl in Romania asks me for money. I know you're not like them, are you? Make her qualify herself as not a gold digger. And she says, no, I'm not. Then come in with, we're going to be traveling together. I'm working from home, my phone. We're a team. You're going to listen to me and work from your phone too. Send her a pic of an Ibiza beach. Ibiza is an island if you're unaware. And because Cam has been soft floated before, I'd go for a hard close. If outright refuse, don't reply. Let her sit broke to think. So basically, if she don't reply to the offer or she's not down, then don't reply and make her worried because she's in love with you.
This is just abusive language and abusive tactics. What happens is you're talking to women like they're humans. You'll probably be more successful in life like that if you be... I know, right? I get told all the time that because I, have conversation with women and just treat them like they're humans, that's different, like that's special. And I just think like, no, if I want to stick my penis and tongue in you, I at least need to see you as a human being. Like, the fuck, like, why not just treat somebody like they're human? And if they don't like you, if they don't want to go that way with you, cool. I'm not gonna be like, bitch, bye. I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not your type. Let me go on to the next one. It's really, 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 really that simple. But so many of these weak-minded, weak motherfuckers that don't have a fucking personality, they just think I need to have money, I need to have fame in order to get what I want. They're fucking stupid.
One of the guys writes, Tateism in a sentence. It's all beautiful. A beautiful game of chess. So these guys are in a group chat really bragging about manipulating women into...
That's nerd shit.
This is her talking to Georgina, the ex-cop who's his bottom bitch.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that.
Okay, so...
We have the tape. Literally.
That's the general gist of the conversations. Considering everything else we've seen from this guy in regards to some of the stuff he said, what do you think?
Well, a lot of videos that I've seen about him and the interviews that I've seen, he's denying everything.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's easily provable.
So, and we don't need their thoughts on it. I have my own thoughts about it. What's weird is that he keeps going on interviews. What did Bruce Rivers say? Stop the self-snitching? Andrew Tate cannot stop self-snitching. He is constantly self-snitching. Constantly self-snitching. Because here's the thing. He doesn't know when to stop himself. And the fact that they literally have motherfucking his words of what he was saying. He's still, like, I understand he's in Romania. And I understand Miranda is probably the name of cam girl number 65 for him. But he needs to understand something. You have the right to shut the fuck up and stop making your lawyer's job harder. But he can't do that because his success, his money now depends on this image of the Matrix. And they're trying to get you and all that other good shit. I'm sorry. The real life is more boring than that. Andrew, what you're getting in trouble for is the shit that you did. There is no magical man behind the scenes. It's the actions that you're doing yourself to other people. And everybody who's an Andrew Tate stan, a tater tot, a Tate pillar, you have to understand. You wouldn't want this shit. Let's just take it out of motherfucking context to somebody else. Would you want to be treated the way that Andrew Tate treats these women? You don't. One, because half of you motherfuckers are too coward to even come on face cam, let alone webcam. But two, you wouldn't want to be confined to a fucking home and isolated like that. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna move on to the next segment, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and the notifications so you can know when I'm going live. Other than that, we're trying to make 1,000 subscribers by October 1st. Help me out with that, and then we're going to cut this segment here. He thinks sharp on the master skill, but he's really he thinks he's sharp as the master skill and is really a 7-year-old butter knife from the Dollar General. Yes, of course. Hey guys, if you haven't done so and you're watching, help me out by hitting that hit that like button on the stream on YouTube. Yeah, that would be great. That would be fucking great. We're gonna do this last video because yeah, reasons. And hold on one second. All right. So let's get going. All right. So I get when people are bitter about their experience. But laughing at somebody else's downfall because it's fun, no, it's just no. Don't do that. So we're going to be talking about Clownfish TV. And you guys, look, I will say this. I tend to look for when people give me video ideas. I may not get to them every time as quickly as I need to, but sometimes I'm able to get to them, and yay, we have content. So, Clownfish TV is out here talking about how gaming journals are being replaced with AI, which, as somebody in the creative field, why are you celebrating that somebody else's job is going away because of like chatbot GPT? That it just seems like you're just bitter. But let's hear what we have to say. And oh God, I may not be able to stomach all of this.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about gaming journos finally realizing that the future is very bleak for them. And I'm sorry, I won't be very clear before we get into this video any further that we're not delighting in people losing their jobs. There are some people that work in pop culture journalism and in gaming journalism that are decent. Fortunately, there are also a lot of people that are not.
Yeah, and sadly, the ones that are not usually are the clickbaity people who bring the views and they'll get to stay.
Right. So we're going to talk.
So wait a minute. They're not celebrating it, except for the people that they don't like. The people that they don't like, fuck them. All well, cool, great, yeah, wow. Let's go.
Talk about the situation going on with gaming journalism. Again, this is like the 10th video I think we've done on it, but I don't think people realize just how bad it is for digital journalists right now. Like how bad the numbers are, and as people who have run websites for a number of years, I am telling you.
So yeah, the source of their, they do like the Tim Pool thing. They get their news story from a source. And look, I am not a news channel. I fully admit I'm a commentary channel, but I'm not saying that I'm breaking news by reading somebody else's news article. That's not me. But people like this, yeah, of course they do. But let's go.
The ad rates are the worst they've been in at least 15 years.
Like I don't remember seeing them this bad personally.
They're very, very bad. I mean, our one network that we're in, they've historically, and these sites use a lot of the same networks, by the way. We're going to talk about Gamers Group, but I believe some of their sites use the same network that we're in. We have seen a decrease of like 70% in revenue. And I'm talking for the same number of page views. I'm not talking about the views falling off a cliff. I'm talking the same number.
Also, here, it's not that people are not watching us. No. People are watching us, but we just ain't get the money like we used to. The robots don't care whether they replace good or bad journalists. Of course they don't. Let's go.
Of views only bringing in 30-ish% of what they used to bring in.
And that's with them like oversaturating these websites with ads too.
Right. And yeah, it's ridiculous. So we're going to talk about this and talk about how a lot of these sites are pivoting to AI. And it could be argued, I think, in some cases that some of these gaming journos, I'm using air quotes here, are basically just bots anyway. They regurgitate press releases, they regurgitate talking points from Twitter, and they've led to, I believe, the lack of interest and the speedier decline of gaming and pop culture news sites compared to other.
Wait, no. I will give them this. Yes, when it comes to and I'm just moving around just a little bit because of I don't want to be blocking them, but when it comes to literally that a lot of gaming a lot of gaming journalists are press releases. I give you that. A lot of gaming journals are, well, the developer said this. The motherfucking the publisher said that. I give you that. That's what a lot of media have actually turned to for access, be it mainstream media or independent media. A lot of media is just turning into stenographers for access. That's a problem. And it's not like I'm just saying both sides. No, the incentive is, let me get access so I can be the first so people can look at my story more. The irony of Clownfish using quotations for yeah. The irony of these people being more traditional minded and using a clownfish. Oh, no. You know what's up with clownfish. They're hermaphrodites. They don't have an assigned gender. They don't play by the gender roles. That's the thing about clownfish. But if you let that instance of science get in there, they may not ever think about that shit again. But let's go.
other
Oh,
websites.
you say that. I say agenda-driven.
Agenda-driven,
I mean, you know,
agenda-driven websites.
Let's call it what it is.
So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you do, you'll get a woohoo. Go out to clownfishtv.com for objective pop culture news. Go out to piratesandprincesses.net for objective Disney news, theme park news. And this is no secret. Like, this has been going on for years. I think this is part of the reason that so many video game journalists hate YouTubers, is that there are YouTubers out there making more money themselves than like their entire staff is making combined.
So, you know, I want them to realize that there are gaming journalists who are actively writing articles and doing YouTube channels. I know, weird, they can do both, right? And that's actually the current meta that they have now. Not only do you write an article, but you do a YouTube video about it. IGN is popular for that. And some of it is plagiarism, but they've taken a script and put the script as, with some minor alterations, as their motherfucking article. Objective Disney news, Disney bad. I know. Stop with the clownfish shit. How they hate Disney because they walked away from Disney. Walked away. Yeah, let's go.
And it's sad, but people trust people they can make a connection
Even the
with.
ones that are game players, you know, like Markiplier and stuff. How much money is he getting?
Oh my God, millions every year. So this is.
But he's not a journalist. He's a live streamer. Why are you trying to conflate the two of them? Markiplier is not a journalist. He's a live streamer. His thing is entertainment. His thing is not breaking down the resolution, not breaking down the frame rates, not breaking down the fucking budgets of games. It is different. Oh my God. That's why I can't watch too much of Clownfish TV, because they're fucking stupid. Oh God, let's go.
This is unfortunate. This is Gamers Group, and they own a bunch of websites, right? And they bought Destructoid. And Destructoid was, at one point in time, I thought, a very reputable fan-run video game site. Now, in recent years, just like everything else, it's gone to shit. But back in the day, it was one.
Why is it going to shit? Because they don't have these super staunch-ass conservative views? Is that what it is? Now, they do hold some conservative viewpoints. I watch this Escapists, and they're not just some liberal bastion. Oh, they have black people in games. They have women in games. Oh, they don't look like some, 14-year-old, virgin's ideal look of a woman. Like, yeah, okay. And they're not shitting on it. Like, okay. Let's go.
The few sites I went to regularly to get honest opinions from different people. They have like a bunch of microblogs and,
Years ago, you could get honest opinions. Then these corporations came in and bought them up for the sole purpose of mining them for views or for PR arms of other.
What makes you think that people don't have these honest opinions? Just because. So you're thinking that because it disagrees with you, they have this corporate. There are some people that are just fucking progressive. I know. I look at videos like yours and think, how fucking stupid are these people? But I don't think you're grifting. I think you're just fucking stupid.
Or, studios or things like that.
Well, that's what happened. All these websites were for the longest time, they were bankrolled by studios, they were bankrolled by venture capital. They were always, the scheme was always kind of a pump and dump. They were going to pump up the numbers on the websites and then dump them off to the next organization that buy them. And we're starting to see that there are dwindling returns now. I mean, that group of gaming sites that CBS bought for like $500 million, they had to sell for like $50 million. They lost a massive amount of money on these sites. Other websites that like Legendary runs The Nerdist now, and it's like a shell of its former self. They've been laying people off like crazy. And this is gamers. They went around, and I think what is going on is they're buying up sites cheap because the ad rates started to drop at the end of last year.
Oh, okay, so yeah, okay. The ad rates dropped in a lot of cases, thanks because the ad apocalypse. But I mean, like, okay, and there was this whole thing of a global pandemic where a lot of people sunk into deep financial ruin. It's the shit that's happening. But let's continue.
And I think they're buying these sites up dirt cheap. And as a site owner, you're looking at this like, oh, this is my exit strategy. This is probably the best chance I'm going to have. Get out while the getting's good.
Right.
So you're going to unload
I
your
can build
site.
another one, kind of thing.
Yeah, I can always, if the ads ever come back, if that economy ever comes back, I can always build another one, right? So this is Gamers Group. They bought a whole bunch more sites, and they own the Mary Sue. And
I'm sorry, I would not be sad at all if something happened to the Mary Sue.
Right. Well, I think it might, because the issue.
Why would you not be sad? Like a lot of this shit is just their petty differences with these sites because reasons. And again, what did they say at the beginning? Remember what he said at the beginning? We're not celebrating the loss of these people's jobs. Didn't they say that at the very beginning? All right, let's go.
At hand here, I guess, is AI. They're going to be more reliant on AI going forward to handle a lot of the day-to-day drudgery.
Well, it's funny though, because these are the sites that are complaining about AI right and left on their articles, and then probably because they're going to be replaced by AI.
Yes, and
no. The motherfucking AI isn't as good as a lot of people think it is. I play video games, and the video games AI is probably more advanced than some of these writing softwares, and it's still shit. All right, let's go.
For a lot of it,
I mean, like, literally, it's one of those things, like, are they going to start celebrating the writer strike next? Hoping that the writers would actually be starved out? Like, literally, this is akin to fucking celebrating what the studios are doing to the writer strike because they don't like them. But knowing these two and the content that they've actually done, of course they don't like they love that, the writers may actually be motherfucking starving and homeless because, they want, more rights for themselves.
I hate to say it, unless you've got a really unique take, if you're just regurgitating press releases, AI can do your job.
Right. I mean, we've done a couple test articles to see if it would work.
They sucked.
Well, some of them didn't, though.
And see, this is what I mean. Like, you just don't give a fuck. You just want to turn the screws on the people that you feel that you don't like because they don't agree with you. Well, AI is a good thing to take over writers. No, you don't want this. Just because your intelligence level is the same measurable thing as an AI, then I get why you are confused about it.
Well, it still takes a person to go through and make it.
Oh, that's it.
True.
That is it. So what they're doing is they're basically like, okay, we can generate more articles with AI, and then we can hire an editor to oversee those AI generated articles, because you have to make sure that they're accurate. Because sometimes, like we did a test article with a Disney list, and I'm like, this isn't even accurate. Like, this ride's not even around anymore.
Right, that's true. That's what we're saying. You still need someone to go through it. But at that point, why use AI at all? Just have the person write it. I mean, I personally don't think they should use AI for everything. No. Maybe to fact check some things, but then it didn't even work for that. But I'm just saying,
And this is what I mean. The AI is not going to replace writers anytime soon. It's not. It is not. Because it's not.
I don't think it's a good idea, even though I like to see the Mary Sue go away. I don't think it's a good idea to use AI to replace people.
I think what's going to happen is, I think this is desperation. I think they're basically like, can we hire one person to do the work of 10 people because we only have
AI assistants?
Yeah, with AI assistants, because we only have enough money to pay one person. That's kind of where we're at with it. So Gamers owns Prima Games and .esports. Prima Games.
Like, do they not realize that, I don't know, that the reason why companies are trying to cut costs is to increase the profit? I know, weird. Let's go.
Games, makes the gaming guides, right? They've been making game guides for years, but they acquired Destructoid, they acquired The Escapist, Upcomer, and more from a Canadian esports and events company. So that was the thing for a while too. They thought that esports was going to save gaming. This is why G4 TV went in hard on esports. They spent ridiculous money thinking they had like the next NBA, and they didn't have anything. They came in like dead last in the ratings, and that whole thing is collapsed. But this is some of the other sites they own probably recognize them. The Mary Sue, Game Pure.
I didn't know they had the Mary Sue. Is that a new thing? Because I thought Mary Sue was somebody else recently.
They bought that, I think, 2 years ago. Now, I've heard from other people that Gamers Group is pretty quote unquote woke. I've heard that they, but it's getting to the point now.
Why do you have to throw in it woke? Like, what the fuck, man? Oh my god, this is fucking unbelievable. Like, fuck. What are the articles that they're saying? How they're woke? What part are they woke? What percentage are they woke? Like, all right, let's go.
Now
Well, they own the Mary Sue.
They own the Mary Sue, but it's getting to the point now where that's going to bite them in the ass because there's a bit of a revolt now because their editors and writers do not want to work with AI.
Well, I didn't think so. I mean, I can't blame them because if you open that door, you're going to be out the door.
Yeah, I mean,
you just made several points of how AI isn't fucking working. You just made several points, even in writing or editing an article. AI is trash. But then, the reason why they don't want to do it because it's going to lose their jobs. How fucking stupid are you? All right, let's go.
You open that door and you're out the window.
I have been in that situation myself where you're training your replacement.
Mm-hmm.
You're training your younger, cheaper replacement. And that's what it's always about. They always try to be like, oh, we just want new, fresh ideas. I'm like, no, you want some fresh-faced kid out of college who is cheap and
doesn't ask questions.
It doesn't ask questions. And I think this is how we got ourselves into the situation. Everybody's talking about wokeness and social justice. And I think what happened was these companies hired people on the cheap to come in, and they brought all their college idealism with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
the wokeness and the social justice, because those are bad things. And they just hired young people who just fresh out of college that we don't have to pay them shit. Wow.
They didn't have the real world experience to temper some of that idealism, and they brought that into the workplace, and they hired more people their age, and it just kind of, what I'm saying? That's how I think we got here. And I think in the case of comics, we saw this. In the case of these websites, we see it because who else is going to work? I mean, if you have 2 kids and a mortgage, you're not going to take a job as a freelance writer for the Mary Sue.
No.
I'm done. I can only tolerate this shit so much. They are literally actively saying that, we just want these sites to die because they disagree with us politicals. I can't. The fucking malice on display is unbelievable. I just can't. I fucking can't. So fucking stupid. Anyway, guys, I've watched as much as I can in this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and just remember, be the person that you want to be around and not who you want to be like. And don't be a vindictive, spiteful motherfucker like these two, mad because wokeness and diversity and social justice. Anyway, we're going to cut this video segment here and call it. Wow. That was tiring. Be on the lookout for more video segments. I've been putting a lot more video segments out. I'm just gonna keep up with, making sure you guys can actually view the channel and make sure you have videos and content as it does. Yeah, I'm getting tired because I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. So I do want to say thank you guys for watching. Remember, touch titties, always with consent. Be the person that you want to be around and not who you just want to be like. And take it away, Richard. Look out for tomorrow's stream that's going to be set up. We're setting up tomorrow's stream. Keep a lookout if you haven't subscribed to me on Twitter yet.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, then people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, But, and that separates people.
I want